Carden, and I'd like to share with you a routine that will help you with your hips. I'd like to call it Happy Hips. One of the things regarding the hips is if you sit too much, you're going to have hip problems, possibly back problems, and tight hamstrings. So, with the hips, one of the first things we want to do is range of motion, because there's a saying we like to call motion is lotion. So we're going to circle those hips around, knees soft, torso tall. I might stop and wait till the jet's over. Sorry, Matt. Okay, tell me when. Hi, I'm Sandy Carden, and I'd like to bring to you a routine for your hips. I'm going to call it Happy Hips. And one of the things we first like to start with is motion, range, and circulation. So we're going to rotate our hips around with the knees soft and the torso tall, using those buttocks when the hips go forward, holding in the abdominals, and then go the other way. The hips need to be extended, just like the back. So if you sit a lot, that's going to be one of the problems that can cause back and hips to be sore and tight. And then we've got side to side, and you're going to sit into your heels, pushing your hip back. But one of the best is to hip hinge, push the hips back, and then squeeze them forward. You push your buttocks back, and then squeeze your buttocks, hips go forward. This is a safe range for the hips and the back and the knees to get those hips warmed up and ready for stretching. One more. And you can do more of these, but I'm just going to try to keep it short and sweet and show you the important things you want to do for your hips. The other is going to be touch the ankle, opposite hand toward the opposite heel. This way we get a turn out to the knee and the hip. And then do the same thing behind you so that we open up the hip in the other direction. Internal and external hip rotation. And then I'd like to address when you walk, you want to make sure when you push off the ball of your foot that you squeeze the glute and open up the hip. And you can even practice this by rocking. Hips back, hips forward. Okay, and then we'll switch. You roll on the feet. When you're on the ball, you squeeze your glute. And it's called foot rolling. That way when you walk, you're not just using your hip flexors, you're using your buttocks as well to help move you through space. Okay? Next, we're going to come down. And it'd be good if you had a foam roller, but you could also use a block or a bolster. And you're going to lie on your back. And then really good for the hips is going to be the bridge, keeping the buttocks tight. We're going to drive the hips up, tight buttocks, really pinching a penny, and then keep the buttocks tight on the way down. Bridging is a great way to open up the hip and strengthen the glutes. So when we are here, it's like a sitting position. When we're here, it's like we're standing and we've extended the hip. So bridging is very good for those hips. And you can hold it up, really pinch a penny, and then carry the hips down with tight buttocks. And we'll do two more. Holding the bridge up, strong back side, open front side, and carry back down. And then again, hips up, and carry back down. And then we'll go into where we hold the bridge up, put the roller under your sacrum, which is the bones of the buttocks, and it's below your spine. And then you're going to alternate, sliding one leg out for extension to the hip and the back. Can feel good to hang out here for a few seconds, rock that foot, and then we can switch sides, extend the other hip, rock the foot side to side, nice extension there. And this is a safe range. You can do it a few times. Like I said, I'm showing you movements and exercises to really help your hips, but you can do as many as you need to relieve the tightness. Now let's bring the knees up and open up our back, and then we're going to take the leg out again, and this will be a deeper stretch to the hip because now we've increased the separation and range between the hips and thighs. And boy, do I feel that now. So you just breathe into it. And we'll do this a couple times. I'm going to switch, bring the other one in, send the other one out. Nice extension on the right. Good breathing. And this is a great supported hip extension because we've got the roller underneath us. And like I said, you could use a bolster or a block as well. And then we'll come back in, and I'm going to switch one more time. And you can open up the hip a little, turn out this knee, giving even more opening to your hips. And then we'll switch, send that leg down, bring this one in. And again, I'll turn that knee out, deepen the stretch and the range. And then come back in. Then I'm going to bring both feet in, squeeze the buttocks, take my roller out, lower down, and it feels totally different, much more open. Next, I'm going to have you turn over and come up to your knees, and then up off the hands. And we're going to send one foot forward and then bring one hip forward. And this is another way to open up the hip in a vertical, more gravity using position. Whereas before we were face up and supine, just opening naturally with support. And then I'm going to switch and bring that knee forward, hip forward. And then even deeper than that is what's called the pigeon, where you bring one foot forward and slide this leg back to really open your hip deeper. You can stay upright so it's not as deep, or maybe you can feel it discomforting, or you can go lower to deepen that stretch, adding more gravity and weight to it. And then we'll push up and move that leg out, bring our other leg forward. We can stay upright for less weight, not as deep of a stretch. And then I can add more weight coming lower. And then come back up and out of my stretch and off my hands. And again, you can push your hips back, squeeze your hips forward, even on the knees, just like we did when we were standing at the beginning. You can flex the hips and extend them. And the extension is what side to side. Using both legs to help us, and that's happy hips. Thank you.